Okay. I love it. We can get up the paper here. Okay. So we have Dr. Andrew Williams, oncologist. And I think him practice into Montego Bay, out of Montego Bay. Good evening. Good afternoon.
Good evening to you, Muta.
How are you, man?
All your listeners.
Yeah, man. All right. You have your office in Montego Bay?
Yes, sir.
Which part of Mobile you get? Which part of Mobile there?
Right on the front page, when you go into Pier 1, Teshuva Wellness, right on Howard Cook Boulevard.
Right there, so?
Yeah, man.
I think a Pier store there where I sell clothes and thing there.
Well, we have to sneak in somehow.
All right. So how long you practice doctor now? How long is a doctor?
Me, when did I finish medical school? 2005, so 16 years.
Mm-hmm. And you travel abroad if you do any further studies?
Yeah, well, what happened, I did my training, postgraduate training in blood and cancer at UWI. And then I came to Mobile to take up a post as one of the head doctors in cancer treatment at the public hospital. Mm. But then I started linking up with some doctors overseas, started going overseas to train with them and learning some other things. And it blossomed into me having my own practice. Okay. I'm grateful.
Yeah, all right. I must tell the people themselves, your father introduced me to you. Your father was very enthusiastic that at last him find somebody where we listen to him son. I never believe because late at the night him WhatsApp me and say, oh, me say me don't call, but me call you about 5 times, I answer, so.
Oh, whenever see the guy. But that is a good guy, man.
What's up? All right.
Yeah.
What is ozone therapy? Ozone,
all right. Well, that is my bread and butter. I do it every day. It's a treatment technique that I learned. It comes out of Germany. Essentially, ozone is pure natural oxygen, but instead of 2 atoms, oxygen are O2.
Yes.
Instead of 2 atoms, we find a scientific way to convert it to O3. And so that is ozone. The same ozone that you have in the so-called ozone layer.
Yes.
That protect the Earth atmosphere. But it's a very natural and healing compound. And so what we do in ozone... Go ahead.
No, talk.
Yeah, man. So what we do, it wasn't me who came up with it. It's several decades old. So, the Germans are usually good at these things.
Yeah.
And they found a way to recreate it in the lab because our body naturally produces ozone in a muta. A lot of people don't know that. And it's a part of the normal immune response when things are trouble you, viruses, bacteria, and so on. Yeah. So they figured if you could recreate it in the lab, they could find a way to make it useful for the body. And to be honest with you, what they initially intended it for, it has far surpassed anything they were planning. And so I've been using it for a little while to help with my cancer patients. There are numerous studies coming out about the various applications. All
right, so tell me something. How that fit into the present day problems we have now, which is the COVID? How you use ozone therapy for deal with, or if it can deal with it, can it deal with where we have that now?
Yes. The simple answer is yes. I know it's controversial because there's a lot of misinformation out there now.
No, we use the controversy, man. Just start it, man. We say, man, start the controversy, man.
No, man, this is a very powerful. So one of the main things about ozone that has been established long before COVID is that once it comes into contact with viruses, it kills them on contact. That's not up for debate. That has been established for decades. And so what they've been working on is refine ways to make it safer and safer to administer. The technique that I use is one that has been used probably, I'd say, about 10 million times across the world with no documented side effects. And it is used, in the case of viruses, it is used very effectively. You know how these things go. A lot of these things don't get readily published, but the Italians and the Germans are publishing reams and reams of literature about its efficacy for viruses. And at last research that I did, there's quite a few articles coming out over the past 6 months about its specific efficacy for COVID.
Okay, all right. So tell me how it works on the body. Because we hear about the immune system and strengthening the immune.
Right.
We hear that the vaccine is hitting the immune system, strengthening the immune system and causing a lot of havoc. What is it that the ozone therapy is doing to the COVID that you can now swear as a doctor say, this is the thing for the COVID?
Well, I want to let you know, first of all, that I got COVID. I got it in February.
Oh, yeah?
My wife got it. Yeah.
And your father got it too?
And my father got it too. Which is
a family of COVIDs.
Boy, it's not at the same time, but you know how these things go.
Yeah.
And so we knew already what the plan was going to be if any of us got it. So we just did the treatment, and within a couple of days, all the symptoms gone. Aside from that, though, the question you're asking, I think it's important for people to understand how this virus immune system works. Because when a virus gets into the body, there are only three things that will determine the outcome. One is how fast the body can realize that the virus is there. Two is how fast it can destroy it. And then three now is after it destroys, so a whole heap of havoc and rubber going to be left. So it's how fast the body can clean up and get back to normal.
Back to normal, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what you see playing out in the news, people comment them different conspiracy and this and that. It's really just a matter of how strong was your immune system. Or maybe strong is not the right word. How effective was your immune system before the virus came into contact with your body? That's what's going to determine your response to the virus itself and also to the vaccine. So it's not really as complicated as people are making it. It's three simple things. Now, those three simple things now, depending on what you use to try and treat the virus to assist the body, you can make it a little bit more complex.
Yes.
Now, for me, ozone treatment, I had already been told when I trained overseas that it's efficacious for viruses. I had no doubt in my mind that no matter what was coming, this would be something to be recommended. And so I'm here to just present a different option. I'm not here to try and fight against vaccine or recommend or not recommend.
Of course,
I just providing options for people.
Yeah.
And everybody wants options.
Of course. Some people use fever grass and ginger and all them something as an option.
Well, that is it. And I'm not going to knock on next man. But what I do know is I treated myself, I treated my family, and I've treated a couple of patients since then as well. And I mean, when you see the patient coming in, man, and them fever and short of breath, and them look like, boy, you see the fear in the eyes. And you say to them, boy, we can do something for you. Put them on the treatment, and by the next day, next 2 days, they're coming in, oxygen levels are back to normal.
How critical them is when you treat them? Because you say 2 days them go back to normal, but how critical them was before you treat them?
Well, this week I treated a gentleman. Oxygen levels had fallen to 92. Temperature 101, I think it was. Pulse rate flying up in the air. Can barely walk without short of breath. Coughing uncontrollably. And after one treatment, by the next day, oxygen levels gone back up to normal. Normal 95 to 100.
You're serious?
Yeah, man. So, it's not a matter of trying to find a cure. It's more a matter of trying to support the immune system to do what it was created to do naturally. You understand?
All right.
And
so you are saying the ozone therapy without the vaccine is able to use your immune system to the level where it's much faster than anything that is available now, including the vaccine?
I can't say definitively whether it is faster than a next man thing. All I can say is that I've seen it work. I have the literature to back up the fact that it works. It works on me.
You physically use it and it works?
Yeah, man. And even outside of the virus, it's something that I use every now and then. Every 2 months or so, I do a little top-up in case my body feel a little rundown. Because it has a lot of other benefits. The ladies going to love to know that it's anti-aging and all these things. So it's something that, and there are no side effects. I've been doing treatments. I've probably done I've supervised maybe 250, 300 sessions since I was trained. I've never seen anybody.
Hold on. You mean with other viruses or with the COVID?
Just no, man. Not with viruses. Just treating people.
Oh, cancer and all them together.
Cancer, immune problems. People who just run down and them say, boy, doc, we need something to just boost me up. I've treated about 250, 300 sessions easily. I've never seen anybody have any side effects with it. Because
how much COVID You know, we have to hold on a little. You have to hold on a little bit. Here, don't move.
No problem.
Don't move.
No problem.
I'll go for some ad. Yeah, we'll go to the ad.
Guess what? You can order some of your favorite meals from some of your favorite restaurants now on FimiHub.com. FimiHub, from the store to your door. Order now on FimiHub.
We believe that people are...
Yeah. This is not a you, I say.
We're there with you, and we're talking to Dr. Andre Williams, and him really have some very interesting reason I saw, because this is ozone therapy him talking about. O3, right? O3?
Yes, sir.
You know about O2 in a bottle? You know that medicine, O2 in a bottle?
Yes, I don't know that one day.
You don't know it? Okay. O2 in a bottle. I guess it's oxygen, H2O. Okay. All right. So we're talking about the treatment now, and you say you have treated a lot of people. But the question is, if you know this thing, right, and you're not importing nothing for deal with the patients, them, the University of the West Indies, the doctor, them up there know about it?
More than likely. I'm not sure.
So how come you not hear nobody mention? Because the first I hear about it, ozone therapy, as it relates to COVID. But, I mean, it's so much under control, these people under control with foreign people, that them not recognize there's things here. I mean, if you not talk about the herbical part right now, but the medical aspect of it, that can really do this thing. And as you say, well, your father swear to it, because when I see him I swear to it. I know you say you did have it.
Yeah.
And other ones in your family have it, and them get rid of it.
It's more than that too, you know, because when this thing started, remember I tell you, I link up with doctors across the world. I'm always traveling every Thursday. I meet up with a grand rounds of doctors from Japan, Germany, England, all over the place, and we compare notes on different cases. So one of them, when this thing started last year, I had to help out one of them in Peru, because I don't know if you recall, but their country, they get a really bad hit.
Yeah, well, them say no, they get a bad hit now. The Prime Minister said, nah, allow nobody from Brazil or Peru to come back to Jamaica.
All right.
Yeah.
And so one of them reached out to me and said, boy, I shouldn't know what to do, because this thing is just running over our country, and she's not afraid for herself, but she's seeing people dropping dead around her. And so we sat together, and I gave her a protocol put together. Each day she check in with me and let me know what they're doing. So I really can't tell you how many patients I treated over there. Because I know the clinic she was running was a big clinic.
Yes.
And then no. So when my time came and I realized I had the illness, and then later on and my father had it, I knew this is something that I've seen work over and over. I've known the lab values for the people in Peru. So it's just a simple matter of extrapolating it here.
It's mind-boggling that this thing is happening here, and it is not. Well, I know why still. The big pharmaceutical company, them control it, and the money business and thing, but you have any other doctor that is doing it? You have any other doctor that is doing the ozone therapy in Jamaica?
I don't know of that. I'm the only one I know that is certified. I'm a part of the American Academy of Ozonotherapy, and we keep in touch regularly.
Okay.
And I'm not sure of anybody else in Jamaica, but I know for sure that I was trained with them. And the thing about it, I don't know, the big pharma thing is another story. I look at it simply in a Muta. I say, boy, one can only know what one knows, you know, because I've been so widely exposed. A lot of these treatments come from Germany, Italy. Some of them are actually in Italian, and you have to translate them, have somebody translate it out for you. So if you're not actively looking for other options, then you might not see it. So my view on this thing is that you probably have genuine people out there who want to help, but they're just not exposed to what I have been exposed to.
All right, like how you and your father did catch it and thing and get better now. And by this treatment, is there more treatment after? I mean, you just say you get better, so you don't need no more treatment.
Well, boy, I only treat myself when I realize something is wrong. My current protocol that I've been using for people is a 3-day protocol. Once you're positive, you get treatment for 3 consecutive days. And then usually by that time, the patient is doing 100% better. And then we allow the body to do its cleanup work afterwards.
Okay.
So, and that's what most of the literature is saying as well. I put there's a little website that we put together, ozonejamaica.com. All of the information is there, as well as all the studies coming out of Japan and other countries, confirming what I'm saying.
So you have long line on your office at the time, like long line.
Well, maybe after them hear me and Muta, yeah. But
no, I tell you this. No, but I tell you the truth, I talk to our doctor. He's the most convincing one I talk to.
No,
he's
but
the most convincing doctor I talk to.
And when me I test out, it's something when me know.
No,
so
yeah, well,
I guess that's right.
But when I see your father and how your father go on, Rasta, come and buck him up down a zip, down a Irie FM, down a Dermot Road there, and the man said, look here, them no want him come on this, and them no want him say very myself. Them a talk about this and that, and me I say, but me no hear you say nothing so controversial. More than say, well, you have your thing, and your thing I work for you, and it a work for the people.
The information there. Anybody who wants the literature can see it. It's there. Ozonejamaica.com, as I say.
Yes.
We don't really try push the next thing. We just say the information is there. If you want to try it, it is there, proven, effective.
All right, Bridget. I tell you, say, yeah, man. Yeah, all right. I will keep your number, definitely.
Man.
And you say the ozone therapy is not just for COVID, but other things.
Yeah, man. A whole heap of benefits. I use it for athletes, for sports injuries. Because it's a healing gas, So
you pump it in the person. You pump it in the person.
Yeah, man. It can be given by the blood. It can be given in the joints for arthritis, for back pain, for women's problems. We inject it into the pelvis. We have a whole heap of other treatments that we do at Teshuva Wellness, but this is the one that is necessary now. So we're making it available and trying
to people who find themselves eat certain things and them bellies swell up and them can't figure out why them swell up and them take out a tablet for figure it out, but it still not work.
Well, that's the next thing again, the way how I was trained I have a German professor who trained me. And those guys, them compete to see which one of them can come up with the simplest way to diagnose people. Yeah. So them not going to do the bag of CT scan, MRI, although those are needed sometimes.
Yeah.
But there's a technique that I learned. You can look it up same way, autonomic response testing. Again, I don't know if anybody else doing it. I know one other doctor, who trained with me overseas in Jamaica now. And it's one of the easiest ways to pick up exactly at a cellular level what's happening with the patient. And because of that, we can... You understand? Right. Instead of just saying, boy, take this or take that, we can say, well, the reason why your stomach not working is this.
All right, we have to go. And you're going to hear from me.
No problem.
I know a whole heap of people. You're going to hear from no people now. That's what I tell you.
Well, I know that. From
you're going to hear from no people now. Yes, all right.
Tell them
so just print them again, the email address or the place where them can contact you.
Yeah, www.ozonejamaica.com, or if you want to call the office, it's Teshuva Wellness, 787-8197.
All right. Give thanks, Bridget.
Anytime, man. Blessings, boss.
Yes, that was something else. That hey, them interview are too short, Bridget. Okay. Dr. Andre Williams, oncologist, may I tell you, treating the people them with the ozone therapy, including himself and his family, with COVID. And them don't reach no what you call it, vaccine yet, you understand? Okay, so we have to come for